Okay, just waiting for Mira to come. She's just in the bathroom. It's 12 o'clock. Welcome everybody to the Prickly Pear Show. Yeah, so once Mira's going to be walking in, we'll talk a little bit about what the show is all about. Hopefully we can entertain you today. We're having some technical difficulties at this moment in time. Problems with the background, some lights. Hopefully the audio is working well. Yeah, so for now you just get to look at me. Mira chose a perfect time to go to the bathroom, just minutes before. Very typical girl thing to do, which we're going to be talking about also in the show. Feel free to send us messages. We can see everything that you guys are writing. So I could see that Rev is watching. I can see Haley Shapiro is watching. That's fantastic. By the way, Haley Shapiro, if you guys are looking for a lawyer, audio is good. Okay, fantastic. Great. If you're looking for an amazing lawyer, Haley Shapiro, get in touch with her. She's been amazing towards me. If you're looking for cash for gold, Ravitel Stein. And if you're looking to befriend somebody, then you can go to Guy Dro. Anyways, for now, we'll just be sitting here, waiting for her. Try to explain to her that it's very important for people to be on time, especially when you're saying 12 o'clock. Some people think that time is not important, but in this industry, it's very important. So, anyways, just waiting for Mira to come in. So hopefully it's going to be a nice show, and we'll be able to give you more information with regards to what we're going to be doing. Why don't I do this? I'm going to close the live shoot and just waiting for her to come in. I just thought she's going to be taking a lot faster, but she's still not here. So either sit here and wait, or if you guys have any questions, you guys can write some stuff. Smile, okay? There we go. I'm going to be smiling in a second once she's going to be coming in. So hopefully, again, if you guys have any questions, we'll be able to answer it. We'll tell you all about this amazing show that we're putting together. For the first 2 weeks, it's going to be just Mira and myself. And once we get the ball rolling, we're going to be inviting guests. As I said, I don't want to give too much information. So once she's going to come and sit down next to me. Hi, Mira. How are you? Good, good. She got us a nice little pillow here for the Prickly Pear Show. I don't have a nice, actually I have an amazing pillow, but mine is a little bit different. It's my love for Canada, as you can see, home. My sister got this for me when I moved to New York, and when I moved back, I took Canada back with me. Oh, Mira. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of just waiting for her. So if you guys have any questions for now, you guys could ask, and maybe I can answer some questions as I'm waiting. Hi, Arena. Hey, Serena Lee is watching us. Serena, you're just watching me alone right now because Mira's in the bathroom. What's taking her so long? It's okay. It's the first day. We're going to be making quite a bit of mistakes. That's the point. So we get to see what works, what doesn't. And here she is, our lovely, our amazing Mira, making, of course, oh, she had to go put on her face. That's very nice. That's what took so long. Serchka, welcome. So we're on already. Okay, as we told everybody that we're going to be here for 12 o'clock. So hopefully next time we'll be 12 o'clock sharp. This is Mira, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
The co-host. Mira, why don't you tell the people what the show is all about, what we're planning on doing, what is the goal, and here, the camera's yours.
Prickly Pear Show, you came to me with the idea of partnering up and talking about subjects from two perspectives. The prickly pear essentially is prickly on the outside, sweet on the inside, and we all know each side has at least two stories, if not more. Each story has two sides, is what I wanted to say. And so when we talk about a subject, we like to vent first. So get everything off our chest, like kind of like what you vented right now when I came in.
I did vent. I did do that. That is correct.
Yes, and then we finish off with a positive, like gratitude for things that we have in our lives right now, even for things that we don't have. So I don't know if I'm capturing the essence of the show. I would like for you to add if you have anything.
Of course,
to add,
I can always add.
This was your brain baby.
Right, so the idea of the Prickly Pear Show is Prickly Pear is an Israeli sabra, which is what I am, and I
We
just
have
thought...
a little prickly pear here for you this morning,
Yeah.
but this live setup was supposed to be a little different, so it doesn't capture the cactus, so here it is.
I feel like I'm being blamed for this, but okay.
Oh no.
So basically the Prickly Pear Show, what it came down to is, like we're prickly on the outside, sweet on the inside. Sometimes, we write stuff on Facebook or we put something out there and people judge us, but really we try to do amazing things out there. We try to, helping with mental health issues or, Israel advocacy, which is something, again, stuff that I do. You do stuff with nutrition,
right.
Helping people, feel better,
Make
live better.
choices,
Right.
not guilt themselves into eating a particular way, but just embrace life and food.
Right, and so the idea behind it is to bring guests to come to the show and to come out and vent about things that bother them. It could be relatable with the things that they love to do. So for example, if somebody's seeing problems in the world that's not being fixed and they're doing something about it, that's the idea. We want to bring people up who are doing some amazing things out there and to highlight what it is that they're doing. And maybe some of you out there who are watching can get involved. Over the past 6 months, I've been working on a documentary for mental health. I'm not going to talk too much about it, where it's at this moment in time. But while I was being open about my personal issues, many people reached out
Right.
for help. And I kept getting calls in the middle of the night. I kept getting calls and emails during the day to help people out. Up until now, I'm still getting these calls.
So is that what facilitated you to decide and start a new project and to do something of this platform? Is
Right.
that what kind of triggered it?
So I wanted to always be creative. That was the idea. I always want to be creative. I always want to put stuff out there. I think we can have
We
great
have
chemistry.
that in common. We're both
Yeah.
creators of different
Right.
things.
I live through my passions, and if I'm not
Absolutely.
passionate about what it is that I'm doing, so I teach part time. I work for a tutoring center, and I work for a Jewish organization, which is fantastic. I love tutoring. I love teaching, but at the same time, it's not a passion. Teaching is great, but my passion runs a little bit deeper. I like to make a serious impact, and I think
Cool.
sometimes within that hour, I'm not making the impact that I want because I'm limited. So I wanted to do this. I want to do the show.
'Cause
Currently,
it's limitless. There are no rules.
no
basically.
rules. This could be a 3-hour show. This could be a half-hour show. This
You
could
can
be
talk
an
about
hour.
anything.
Right. The good thing is we could see that some people are writing. So, or at least
And
we
we
can see
have
they're
to do
watching.
like the typical lean in and
Right.
see if we can read the comments.
We're actually not using the regular camera that we plan on using because we had some technical issues. I'm putting stuff out there because that's the way I am. I don't like to hide things. But hopefully after today's test, next week's show is going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the audio is working well. People have actually been commenting on it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, some people are writing. I'm
Thanks to
sure.
my brother-in-law Ellie for setting up the audio.
Yes, absolutely. Somebody likes you. Oh, there you go. I think that is him. That is Ellie.
Hey!
Fantastic.
As you can see, we are using your audio.
So
Still figuring out the video.
what we're going to be talking about today, and the reason we put this out, without the real preparation for the show, is because I felt that if we're going to be waiting for that perfect moment, we may not have a show. And sometimes you have to go at it and make sure that people are still listening and people are engaged. And we decided to start right at the New Year's. So this is our first show. We're going to be talking about New Year plans. I
Yeah.
know that you did something amazing in the month of December.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what was that?
Right.
that you were doing?
So we had a program called the 30-Day Challenge. The idea behind that was to create a challenge that within 30 days you're going to set your year up for success in order for you to achieve your dreams, everything that you kind of can envision for yourself. You can map it out and achieve those things. And the reason we decided to do that, and the reason I desperately wanted to launch it in December as opposed to New Year's, is because from my personal experience, when you do New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the month, and I don't know what's your experience with that, me personally, within a few weeks after the new year, these resolutions are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the gym or getting that body or eating healthier, whatever it is that the resolution may be, I tend to not follow through because I typically didn't have a plan. And that changed a couple of years ago when I started implementing formulas and secrets that I've learned through from gurus. And when I implemented these, I saw like, wow, you can actually manifest anything that you desire. And that was such a powerful experience that I wanted to share it with others. And so we launched the 30-day program, and we did it, and it was fantastic.
You know that what you're talking about is a little bit biblical, if I can.
Yeah,
I'm not religious, just for the audience to know. I'm not
Sure.
religious at all. I just at times throw things that are from the Bible and all that.
Sure.
And if you look at Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year,
Yeah.
you actually don't start planning for the year on September 1st.
That's right.
Or you
Or on
start
the New Year.
Right. You start in Elul, which is the month before.
Elul.
Yeah. So you have actually 30 days plus those extra 10 days
Yeah.
until Yom Kippur. So it's fantastic because everything you wish for yourself for that month is what you're going to be getting during that year. So you
And it makes sense. It's like if you want to get in shape, you don't decide, okay, tomorrow's my competition.
Right.
Today I'm going to start getting in shape. You know you have to give yourself 3 to 6 months in advance to get into a healthier shape. For
Right.
example, in this particular case, talking about physical. But it goes for everything. Your finances, your relationships, your health. Everything needs to be planned in advance. You need to get into the right mindset.
Right.
And I found mindset is a huge component of this.
Hey, Jonathan Arkin, I see my buddy from Los Angeles is watching us.
What's up, LA?
Oh, and then Samina is
Hey,
joining
Samina.
us.
What's up?
So it's amazing that you're doing. So can you tell me what your plan was, or were you just helping other people?
Oh no, I was actually doing this along with the people who were participating in this group. So it was a closed group of people. The community was private. So we basically encouraged everybody to have accountability by posting exercises that we have given them, completing them, and sharing everything. I find that when you share with a community of people that are going through the experience with you, it's a lot more powerful.
Right.
Because you're not doing it on your own. I feel like if I'm doing something on my own, it's much easier not to do it, like not to stick with it necessarily if I have other things come up like life. But if you're accountable and there's other people that are accountable with you, you're gonna do it.
It's true. When I was dieting, clearly it wasn't working.
Were you doing it on your own?
Well, I was. So that's the thing. Like at the time when I was married, I asked my wife to please join me. Not because she really needed to lose much weight. It was more along the lines of like, work it with me, and if we're making meal plans, and we should be working together. And she kind of was there for about 2 days, and then she gave up. And I noticed, even though I kept it going for a month or two, it was becoming harder and harder because now I was tempted to whatever was in the fridge. And now
naturally, and trust me, we're all human. It's hard to do it on your own unless you have a very specific goal in mind. And so with that group, it was a little bit more encouraging because you see other people are going through the same struggles or very similar struggles. You see that you're not alone, and also who wants to be the person who's never completing the exercises, never showing up with a task, and doesn't actually stick to their word. You don't want to be that person. And so doing it in a group setting, whatever it is that you decide to do, I find is very powerful. And personally for me, you asked what it is that I wanted to achieve.
Sure, yeah, of course. I mean, you have an audience right now, so maybe they can hold you accountable.
Right. Well, there's such a long list. So essentially, the first week, what you get to do is you look at your life, and you essentially break your life into categories: your family, your finances, your health, your spiritual, and many other more. And you decide where in that category, where you're at right now, where you want to be. And so that difference, let's just say I'm pretty okay with my health, like it's a 5 out of 10. I want to get it to like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Being realistic, you can't all have 10 all throughout.
How is that you seem so much taller than me? I'm like 5'11" and you're like 5'5".
Because I keep doing this towards
okay,
the camera.
I look like I'm a little midget sitting next to you.
Straighten up. Long
It's all right. I want to
Leg
feel
down.
I want to feel comfortable.
It's a dancer posture. You have to sit up nice and tall.
Yeah, go ahead, Dora. You can continue. Go ahead.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about your plan. You said spiritual.
So basically, you look at your life categories, and then you have to have a clear canvas to understand what you're working with. So basically, you look at your life categories, you assess everything, and then we go through an exercise where you clear your mental canvas. Because I find that dragging into the new year all the problems from the previous year, all the emotional baggage, all the physical, mental baggage, it's draining. It's like trying to paint a picture on
Somebody's
a canvas.
asking, so I think Serena's asking whether you have a web page, so maybe other people can get involved and look at it.
Yes. Well, we have a page, but that was a closed group. So if I'm going to be launching this program again, which I will definitely post it on my wall, and there's going to be a public announcement as well about that. Yeah, so for me personally, and again, this is getting a little bit more personal because everybody has their own plans. I wanted for this year to be focused around certain things in my life, particularly setting up my empire.
Okay.
And by empire, I mean.
Am I a part of that empire, or?
Yeah, you are. This is part of it.
Good. Okay.
So I am a very creative person. I have a few passions, and I'd like to follow through with several of them to completion, to see the fruits of my labor, because it's been an ongoing process.
Mm-hmm.
So by empire, I mean simply taking your passions and turning them into profitable businesses that you can live off of, creating residual income so that I can focus on spending more time with family, maybe focusing on having a family of my own. And those are my major goals for this year.
Mine are very simple. I don't want to take things to heart. I know it's like a very, very simple thing to say, but
it's not simple at all. And you actually went really deep.
Yeah.
Not taking things to heart is working on your character, and I think deep character work is one of the hardest things to do.
Well, yeah. So I'm trying my best. Over the last 6 months, I've gone through, or over the last year, I've gone through a serious
turmoil.
Yeah, call it what you want. I'm actually signing the divorce papers in the next few days, so at least dealing with one thing at a time. But yeah, no, I realized that life is short. Over the year, I've lost a few friends, unfortunately, and it just opened my eyes to say that just enjoy things, and you don't need to take everything to heart, and not everything's important. So
yeah,
I've dedicated this show, along with you, to be able to still be passionate. And that doesn't mean that we have to just say, you know what, forget it. Facebook doesn't matter, outreach doesn't matter, advocacy doesn't matter. They all matter. We definitely need to change the world one day at a time, and to be the best that we can be.
Right.
But we don't have to fixate on it, and that's been my problem. That
Are you fixating?
I do.
Okay.
I fixate on everything.
Oh.
So yeah, it's another issue, one of many that I have. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm anything close to perfect, but
You're not?
No, not even close.
I was under the impression that you
could
totally were perfect.
They could see this. You could see this.
Damn, you totally burst my bubble right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know you like how the shirt
superhuman.
looks on me, but and
Well,
the
we
Sesame
both-
Street
Can
T-shirt
you
that you've
actually
inspired.
show us? Okay, so yesterday
She inspired me to have a Sesame Street shirt.
Off
So-
subject, if I can derail.
You
for a
may,
second,
sure.
To bring a little lightness to this.
Sure,
because we're
absolutely,
real
yeah.
deep.
Yeah, we need
So
to be
about,
comical.
About the shirt. So I was telling Ron, I said, I have this image that I think is gonna look so sharp on you for this show. And Ron was very open to that, and I said blazer and a fun T-shirt underneath. And so not blazer yet, but fun T-shirt. And he's like, "Here's my fun T-shirt." He shows me his Open Sesame. Well, it's Rehov Sumsum in Hebrew.
Sesame Street, yeah.
Yeah, Sesame Street, Open Sesame. I don't know why I said that.
Because the word sesame clearly came with it. So.
Freudian slip. Yeah, but I love that shirt, and you should show it.
I think it's tacky, but
It's
I'll go
not
with it.
tacky,
I'll
it's
go
so
with it.
fun.
This is what you want me to do. You're
And
in charge of
On the same
wardrobe.
note, we both dressed in the same tones today of gray, and we didn't coordinate at all.
And both commando, right? No? No?
That we weren't supposed to discuss.
Oh, okay,
that.
gotcha. All right.
Yes, we are, but because they can't see from
Got it.
here down.
Got it. Yeah, we were getting a little bit too too much into it. So take off the sweater so we can see the shirt.
Take it off. Take it off.
There's no need. It's just a
Can
Sesame
we do
Street
like
shirt.
a little drum roll? Come on.
And we're clearly killing the audio by doing that, but
No, it's fine.
there's no need. So next time I'm going to bring some fun shirts if that's what you want me to
Ron
do.
is getting shy. Okay, fine. I won't put you on the spot.
Ron is not shy. I like the Lacoste look. That's what I go for. I think it's semi-casual.
I find a lot of people have their comfortable wear.
Yeah.
Where they feel like this is the look that I've always rocked, and that they keep going back to that look.
Oh no, I never rocked it. I never rocked it
You
before.
rock these Lacoste
Oh,
shirts.
now I'm rocking it. Yeah, I didn't rock it before. I got into it. I like to be comfortable. I don't like the idea of having too
Restrictions?
Yeah, I don't like things on my arms. I don't like things like when I sleep naked. I don't like things touching me. So like I try to put something that just feels nice, feels comfortable, and still looks semi-good. And I think, well, listen, Lacoste shirts are pretty expensive, and there's a reason for it. They do look good.
Okay, we are talking about Lacoste shirts. Again.
We
I
are
thought
talking
we were going to talk about.
we are talking about Lacoste shirts because it's what I like to wear. But again, you are my half sister here, so that means that I have to listen to you.
And his offline stylist for the next episode.
You can leave your hat on. Yes, I could leave my hat on. But I don't like having hats either because I just don't. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing throughout the show.
Yeah.
So the type of guests that we're looking at, because right now we're looking to you guys. We want you to come on and vent a little bit. Vent. Talk to us about things that are bothering you.
Have a cup of coffee
Relationships. How many of you are having trouble, with the whole dating scene? How many of you are having... How come we're not complaining about gas prices? When did we stop? When we're paying $1.30 a liter per gas. Why are we not venting about it and trying to evoke change? I mean, we just accepted the fact that we're going to be spending $1.30 on gas without saying anything. There was a point in time where we were spending 80 cents about a few years ago. How did we just move into it? Anyways, that's one of my venting things because I'm spending a lot of money on gas.
First of all, do you have this thing where, I don't know if it's just me, I don't like to fill up gas. I just don't like. I avoid it at all costs.
What do you mean you don't like to fill up gas?
I don't like going to the pump.
Who
and
does?
Spending,
It's
I don't know,
cold.
some people like it.
They
in the
like
summer.
it?
No, some people don't mind doing it every time they get, I actually run my car to when it gets red,
right,
and then below low,
yeah,
until I feel like my car is and I'm okay, pulling over to the gas station.
You don't like your car, so you should not do this to your car. If you like your car,
I service it.
it.
I just don't like to fill up gas. But I'll tell you why I'm talking about this. So recently I had this epiphany, or whatever you want to call it. I'm at a gas station, really late at night, driving home, and I need to pull over because it's below the red zone.
Right.
And I pull up and I start filling up gas. And I'm looking at the price, $121. I'm like, okay, ridiculous. It's freezing outside.
Right.
And there, in that particular moment, I'm like, I'm so effing lucky to be able to have my car, have a wallet to fill up gas, and then drive home in my car in the comfort of my home. Because I was so cold. I walked into the car after filling up, and I was just sitting there feeling like, how dare I complain about gas prices
right,
when I have this luxury of being able to drive in my car.
Yeah, of course you need to complain.
I know, but it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I'm like, you know what?
Listen.
120, 130, it's not gonna break the bank, hopefully. It won't. And I decided to just focus my...
It is breaking the bank. I have to come to my office every day. Every day I drive for about 25 minutes to half an hour. Back and forth. I mean, it's killing me. I'm noticing how much money I'm spending on gas. Now again,
it's an additional what? An additional $40 a week because of the prices increased?
Yeah, that's an additional to what I'm already paying. That's quite a bit. Yeah, that's quite a bit. You used to, coffees, here, we're drinking coffee.
Okay, so here's my thing. I understand inflation is way higher than the increase in wages that we experience on a regular basis.
Right.
Our money devaluates all the time faster than we can get our bonuses, our increase in salary or whatnot. If you're self-employed, even harder because you have to work around the clock, figure out your
Do you remember
money.
when 9/11 happened and we went to Iraq, right? Whenever America went to Iraq. Okay.
Wait, I want to talk about 9/11 for sure.
Well,
but
I'm talking about the gas prices, but okay.
I have a point with that. The point I'm trying to make is that all of these price increase, we can sit here and vent and be upset, and nothing is going to change regardless. We're still, until you buy your Tesla, until everything becomes electric, you're still going to use gas.
Not an advocate. She says that it's not going to change. Of course it could change.
Gas prices for now are the way they are. I personally
what
cannot
are you
change
talking
that.
about? That's the whole idea, is to be able to change it.
Until I buy my electric car in the plans.
Okay, and how much is the electric car going to cost you?
A lot.
So now you're going to be spending more money on buying the electric car.
But here's what I'm trying to say. And let me get to the
I
bottom
love that
line.
this is getting somewhere, okay?
Let me get to the bottom line.
Okay.
The bottom line is to focus your intention and energy on creating an income in a residual way that you don't have to worry about gas, coffee, and the small things. You don't have to worry about your hydro bill. So focus, that's what I'm suggesting, and that's what I'm doing for my life.
Okay.
I can start saying, oh my God, this is my monthly income, and this much goes towards mortgage, and this much goes towards my car, and this much goes towards this. And what am I left with? And I can look and think of it from that perspective. Or I can look from a different perspective and work on creating systems that are going to constantly bring money in residually, so I don't have to worry. Things are taken care of.
I think you should still worry about it. I mean...
Why? Why worry about it when there's so many more important things in life to worry about?
Look,
diseases,
clearly, all
finding yourself, gas prices.
Dreamer, Yeah. Because there's reality. The reality is, like right now we live in Canada, and the liberal government, is bringing up taxes. That's affecting us.
Of course, it's
affecting us. So what
are you going to do?
While these people are, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to protest. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to vote for something else.
Is there a better choice to vote to?
In my opinion, there is. When the flight's coming up soon. My opinion it is, but I'm saying that we vote change.
But until then, you live your life with these prices. What's the point of venting about them?
It's not just about venting, it's about actual having change.
How?
That's the thing. You protest, you start writing articles, you start saying that I'm going to go back to the 9/11 story, but again, it's got nothing to do with 9/11.
That's naive, writing articles and protesting the prices?
How is this naive? This is how things get started. Martin Luther, wrote something on a wall.
By the way, we're always taking different sides to stir up an interesting conversation.
Absolutely not. I'm not taking different sides. I brought up the gas prices. Don't forget, that was my topic.
No, I'm saying we're always going to have this tension. Just for them.
That's okay,
they might not know the dynamic here.
No. It doesn't really matter. We're having fun. We're having fun time.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with it. Again, we'll go back to 9/11, and then we went into Iraq, and what were people saying? Oh, it's all about gas, right? We're going into Iraq, and to take care of their gas pipe or their pipeline.
Oh, right.
So we thought, okay, you know what? There's going to be a war, and we're going to be able to get cheaper gas. How did that work out? We're paying more. We're paying way more. Something is wrong. Something's wrong. And who's making money off of this? Somebody's making money. $1.30 per liter. I lived in New York and Los Angeles, where it's the most expensive cities. Who do you think is making money off of this? Who's making the people? The government's making money off of it.
Right, correct.
And also the people that running the gas systems, whatever, I don't know what they're called, the people that have the.
They're being taxed just as much. Trust me, these owners of these little gas stations.
It's not just about taxation. It's not just about taxation. We're talking about.
They don't set up the prices, by the way. Not the owners of those little gas stations.
You know what? I'm an idiot when it comes to this topic, meaning I don't know how the money is going through. But I do know that we're the ones really suffering from this.
Agreed.
They're making so much money, and we're the ones who are spending this money. $1.30 for gas, I don't know about you, but it's ridiculous.
Literally, ridiculous.
It makes me not want to drive. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let's meet at the coffee shop by my house as opposed to going all the way to my office.
You could do
because
that.
I'm spending all that money.
Look, you could take a bike. But in the winter in Canada, how far are you going to get in a bike? You can invest in an electric hybrid car. And you said it's going to be expensive because they are now expensive.
Somebody likes our topic. So gas. See, it's a good topic to talk about. But again, we have a lot of topics that we have. We have literally a board full of things.
So derailing from that, because it's a juicy conversation, we could talk about it for a while.
Gas is a juicy conversation. All right.
It makes me not want to drive a car.
I'll
tell you what it made me want to do. I put on my vision board for this year a Tesla this year.
Okay.
Because I
put on my vision board a Tesla and an airplane too.
Gas. I don't want to fill up gas anymore, guys. This is my solution to the problem. I don't want to freaking pay $1.30.
That's because you're lazy putting gas in your car.
No,
you clearly admitted to it.
Now
you need to charge. Now you need to look for a charge station, and the next conversation is going to be about a charge station.
I'm going to be happy to charge it. I'm all about clean energy. I'm totally big on that. And I think what Elon Musk is doing is fantastic. Totally support him.
Amazing. Let's move to space.
Oh my gosh. He recently was able to launch his rocket, the Project X.
Yes.
He was able to safely...
SpaceX.
SpaceX. He was able to safely land the rocket. And that's something that nobody has been able to do before. Because now what does that mean? Landing means that you can start considering the travel, because before that you could shoot people out to, let's just say, Mars.
Let's fix problems on Earth. What the hell do I need to know what's happening in space? Let them deal with space.
The Earth,
it's amazing. Deal with problems here. People are killing each other. People don't have food.
He's a forward thinker, Elon Musk, and you know why he's talking about Mars? Is because this is going to have to be a consideration, because our resources on Earth, unfortunately, as much as people like to talk about it, they are depleted. Our Earth has died.
Who's doing this? We are doing it, so we need to fix it.
Corporations, people as well.
Yeah, so why don't we fix these problems?
We're trying to.
Let's move somewhere else. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Okay, you want to fix the problem? Get off the grid. Go live in a tiny home. Stop producing waste. Stop being part of the problem.
It's not just.
Can you?
It's not just me.
Not just you.
It's all of us. It's all of us. Here, how much did you pay for this coffee? Like when you go out to Starbucks?
I don't. I make it at home.
Okay. That's fantastic. Great. That's not the answer I was looking for.
Because I'm not going to pay $6 for coffee. It's outrageous.
But that's the thing about it. Us idiots are standing in line for a $6 cup of coffee.
Because people...
What's happening to us?
Because people feel better about it.
When did
It's
McDonald's become
emotional.
$12 for a freaking Happy Meal? Like, it's ridiculous. What's going on? And we're like,
Goes
yeah, let's just accept this. I'm going to pay this. I'm going to pay it. Why not? I'm going to pay it. No, for real. It's just like, I'm going to turn into the Sesame Street character. It's just, I just don't get it. I don't get how we just sit here and just accept it.
Okay, this was our venting. So this is a perfect example of how badly we need to vent about
Should we let
stuff.
them know that we're just playing around, that this wasn't real? That
No,
we're-
this kind of was real.
God, it's
We were venting.
Yeah.
We were talking about space. Why the hell do we need space? I'm like, yeah, fantastic. I want to talk about Mars. I would consider going. He's like, no, we need to deal with problems here.
I'd go on vacation to Mars, all right? But I'd like to see Australia first, and I'd like to see like Japan, and I'd like to see a lot of other
That's
places.
fantastic.
But I'd like to fix the world that we live in and not worry about, hey, you know what? There's a problem here. Let's move away to Mars. No.
I agree.
No,
I agree.
like,
Our
fix it.
world, okay, so our world is in desperate, dire need of fixing, of healing, and definitely the way we're going, being focused on consumerism, is not helping. Agree?
Agreed.
Okay, we're living in a society where we're consumers and we're like, give me more. I want more. It's not enough. I don't feel good enough. I purchased this, now I need the next purchase. I need more.
I
more.
think it's your sister who is messaging, and she wants to bring a
You
new topic.
want
Is that your sister?
more? You want? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Anya. Give
yes,
me one more
Anya,
topic.
give us a topic if you wanna throw something out there for us to discuss.
Dun,
Hopefully,
dun,
we're not
dun,
boring
dun,
all the
dun,
people
dun.
that are listening to our.
Guys, who wants to go to
Bitchin'.
Mars? Who wants to apply to go to Mars? Who would dare to even think about leaving? this earth
Cyberbullying,
and go-
really? This is what you want to talk about on the first conversation, cyberbullying?
Not today, but I think cyberbullying is a real conversation because
Sure.
I personally experienced it, and it's very, very, very serious. It affects a lot of people online, and especially if people are the cyberbully is a person of power or of influence in a particular community. That's something that we don't necessarily have to go down that road right now, but I think it's a very interesting topic, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be like, yep,
here's
been a victim.
here's the thing about the show, and again, this is something because it's the first day and we're talking about it. Cyberbullying is a great conversation to talk
Jenny.
about, but if it's not about, we love her, but if it's not about fixing the problem, meaning I don't want to just talk about issues and say, like there's an issue going on and, we vent a little bit about it, but I want to see that we're doing something about it. So actually cyberbullying. So I'll talk a little bit about it. So
Please.
I'm teaching a class right now every Sunday, and in the class I made the kids do something where they can help shape the world.
Right.
And bullying was something that they chose. So I told them, talk to me about things that you want to make a difference with, but let's actually implement it. So anybody that's coming on the show and they want to talk about cyberbullying, fantastic. But if you don't have ideas about how to take care of it, what to do about it, then it's almost useless in my opinion.
I think everybody who wants to vent about anything probably has a way
Maybe,
to make it better.
maybe. See, we're venting about gas prices, and you're like, oh, why don't we just get, electric car? Oh yeah, because I can afford an electric
I don't
car.
sound like a cookie monster.
That's not a
Let's just
cookie
get
monster.
A new car.
No, but I'm saying, like, let's just let's spend more money on something. I can't. I have a Subaru. I can't afford electric car.
Okay, you keep on going back to the gas price, so here's a solution. Bike. Have more income so you don't have to worry about it. Stop driving. Stand on the streets with a placard saying, I do not agree to these prices.
No, that's what I'm saying. We
I
should
will
be
walk
doing.
in my
This
Uggs.
is what we as a society should be doing. This. We should be going out. It's happening everywhere. We can't afford these gas prices. They're ridiculous.
I agree, but unfortunately, the reality of our society is such that a lot of people will vent and will be very brave behind social media and will writing supporting comments.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to actually executing and doing, guess what? Very few people show up. Because everybody gets busy with their life, because life happens.
But that's what
and
I'm
so
saying.
the solution has to be practical.
How many of us drive?
It cannot be idealistic.
How many of us drive?
A lot of people.
A lot of people. Most people drive,
My
right?
mom now starts driving. I'm
Right.
so happy for her.
So
so
we're
happy
all
she got her
driving.
Jeep
That
too.
means we're all a part of the issue, right? I mean, we can all do something.
Driving is not the issue.
No, but if you have a car, you need gas. You can't move
Yeah.
without it.
You know
You're
why
telling
you
me
need
right now,
gas?
I take a bike. What's the weather like going to be tomorrow? Minus 20? One day it's plus 15, then it's minus
Okay,
20.
so what we need to do is to lobby to our government to allow a wider variety of electric cars so people have options. Why are you sighing deeply?
What do you mean? Bring the gas prices down. They're working on things. It's going to take a long time
The
for these
government
cars.
is going to be like, okay, and that's not going to happen.
No.
Has there been?
We burn tires. We burn cars. We do something.
That's very naive. Has there ever been one time in your history living in Canada where you've seen the government respond to pleas by the people to lower the prices down? The government's like, okay, guys, we heard you, bringing it down by 20 cents tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean,
Ever.
taxes changed.
Gas prices.
No, because nobody's done it. When did we ever really go out? There was like one day. Okay, like people who have truck driving businesses.
Okay,
how are they surviving?
to understand the structuring pricing of the gas, we really need to understand what comprises the price to begin with. To say that we need to start burning tires, I don't think is going to be realistic
Why is
or
it
practical.
You know, when I drove through America, so I drove from New York to Los Angeles. At a certain point, I was paying $1.15 per gallon. Why is it that America, can have $1.15 per gallon? That's 4 liters, 3.8 liters.
Oh, okay. I was like, gallon? Doing
Yeah,
math in my head.
4. Okay, $1.15.
Right.
I pay $1.30 for 1. So clearly it's there. Somebody's making money off of
Because
us.
we live in Canada,
Somebody's screwing us.
the most wonderful country in the
Not just
world.
Canada. It's not just Canada. Anyways,
It's
so
Canada, to be honest.
the topics that we're going to be talking about, politics, clearly, it's something that she doesn't like, but it's my realm. Employment, what do we have here?
I don't like politics.
Relationships, vacations,
Yes.
Money. That's your topic. I know nothing
Money,
about
money, money, money.
Dating,
And again, money
sex.
as a tool for freedom. Money to me is nothing but an exchange that you get for providing value to other people, and in exchange for that you get money, which affords you, hopefully, more freedom.
Yes,
Money-
we all want money.
We all want money not for the sake of having a bigger house, for the sake of being able to have a better quality of life. And to me, time is the most precious commodity, not money. So be able to afford time and dedicate your time to spend however you wish, with whoever you wish. You living in this society, unless you decide to go with Ubuntu, with Mike Tellinger's amazing movement. But until you decide to do that, if you're living in this society driven by economy, consumerism, money unfortunately is king. But again, it's not the end of things. It's just a means to a happier life.
They are killing off.
I'm very passionate
They're
about
killing
money.
off the middle class. That's what's
Who
happening.
is they?
The government,
Not the government.
not the government.
The Illuminati, guys. Here.
Again.
I came out and I said it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just know some things based on research. People are like,
Look, no,
okay,
I-
what kind of research are we talking
Again, I don't know much. Again, I'm going to play it up. I don't know much about this topic, but what I do know is there's certain things that are really being unfair to us, and the government is not taking care of our people. Not the government. Somebody's in charge, right? There's
Okay,
somebody in
let's
charge
just
that's not
say,
taking care of our
let's just
people.
say whoever's in charge is not interested in the thriving of our community.
no.
It makes more sense for them when there is like a high elite and a low class, and
Right.
it makes more sense. It's more convenient. Why? Because it's easier to control a population when they're not empowered. They're not free to do what they want to do because they have the means to do so. So it's easier when you have a higher top, like the triangle, and a wider bottom, because it's a lot more stable for the people who are controlling the elite. And it's not just the governments. The governments, like the elected governments, are being controlled by these elites, by the
I
Rothschilds
don't
and
care who. Something has to change.
How?
All right? How? I'm just the person bringing it out. Maybe there are people out there that know how.
How can we change?
I don't know.
Here's my suggestion.
Okay?
You, first of all, figure out, by creating a community around you, figure out how to create a sustainable life. A life where you don't have to depend on corrupt systems. For me, for example, let's talk about food, something that we have to consume every single day. Do we know where our food comes from? No. Is it a dirty industry? It's become a very dirty industry. How do we move away from that, empower ourselves? We learn how to grow our own food. We create communities where we have, shared gardens.
Who's teaching us this stuff? Who's
Nobody's
us?
teaching it.
What is the school system doing?
It's up to ourselves.
Teaching the young to get better in the future, to be able to.
Oh my gosh, schooling. Are we being taught how to live sustainably? Are we being taught how not to be in debt? Are we being taught about how to invest smartly?
No.
How to save money, how to make money?
No. But
we are
if you
being
ever have a
taught-
frog and you want to make sure that you want to know what's inside the frog, that still exists. Since the 60s, we're still doing
But we
that.
are being taught about
Yeah.
the Darwinian evolution. That's very useful.
What are we talking? What are
Darwin's theory of evolution.
Yeah, notice what you said right now. You used the word that came after, right? Called theory.
It is a theory.
Yeah, so it's a theory. So it's
Well,
what are we
we're
being
being
taught?
taught one theory that's well, let's not go into that.
And again,
That's a whole-
I'm not even going to throw
a
anything.
whole other
I'm not even going
subject.
to throw anything biblical
Let's
here.
see
I'm
what
just talking
people,
about.
Aaron.
No,
Hey,
just people are
Aaron.
joining in. They just want to.
No. Okay.
All right, so we're going to have a lot of topics which we're going to be discussing. I'm hoping that it's going to be more comical than today.
Yeah, today's been very serious.
Yeah, so we can.
We have a lot of venting.
I promise I will make it comical. I will add my 2 cents and hopefully entertain you
Your 5
and
cents.
yourself. 5 cents. I don't even have 5 cents. $14 an hour people are getting now, you know, and someone who's a professional is getting just a little bit more than that. How does that make sense?
Okay, I'm going to teach you a very quick exercise of getting into a different mindset. Close your eyes.
Here's a mindset. I'm going to pull out my wallet, put it on the table, and
Close
show you
your
what I
eyes.
don't have.
Close your eyes.
Really? We're going to be
Yeah.
meditating at this moment
We're
in
not
time?
meditating.
What?
Just, well, this is me saying close your eyes. You don't have to do this. Close your eyes.
Okay.
I have 5 cents.
I do have 5 cents. I have 5
Okay,
cents.
I have $1.
I have $1.
I have $100.
I have $100.
I have $1,000.
Can I just jump to the million?
Wait, I have $1,000.
I have $1,000.
I have $10,000.
I have $10,000.
I have $100,000.
I have what? How much?
$100,000.
$100,000.
I have $1 million in my bank account.
I have $1 million in my bank account.
I'm grateful for my $1 million in my bank account.
I'm grateful for my $1 million in my bank
Okay,
account.
now you have to see it and you have to feel how you would feel if you were to log into your online banking and it said 1 point something 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 million.
It will feel amazing. That's not reality.
It's not reality right
And-
now, but you cannot be such a naysayer.
I'm not a naysayer.
But focusing on what you don't have is going to manifest exactly that.
I'm not focusing on what I don't have. What I'm looking at right now is there are people who are out there who are professionals, people who went to school, who are making about $20 per hour. Okay? And yet you have someone, like a kid, who's making $14 per hour. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I feel that these people should be making $14 an hour? Yeah, it's great, but then up the other salaries.
So what you're saying is we have a problem with people getting education,
Yeah.
spending money getting educated,
Right.
getting in debt after
Wait,
school.
not working for those years while they're getting the education.
Well, yeah,
have
so-
to continue getting education.
So in
because you
other
have to
words,
do it.
getting into debt after school,
Right,
and not
right.
being able to make a decent living within that particular industry as a professional who graduated from school, having studied that for X amount of years.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, I work in a nonprofit world. Clearly, not a lot of money in there. But isn't it weird that I'm working as a professional and I have all these amazing things that I can do with my job?
And value.
And some person's flipping an effing burger, all right, leaves work, forgets about this place, and he makes almost the same amount of money that I make.
What about this?
And and if me and him wanted to go and purchase a place, he's going to get some sort of a discount from the government because he's not making enough. And somehow he's getting a place that is worth way more than my place, spending way less, and now we're in the same level. But this person did not go to school. This person did not do anything with their lives, made those choices themselves.
What are you angry at? The person or the situation?
The situation.
But why?
I'm not mad at the fact that somebody's getting $14 an hour. Please understand, I'm not mad at it at all. But if you're already going to give $14 an hour to somebody without an education, you got to give a lot more money to somebody that does have the education.
Absolutely.
Someone that is a professional. And what they're looking at is like, well, we need to fix this. But you can't fix this because you're creating another problem. When I lived in Queens,
Well, how are they creating that other problem?
Because-
by increasing minimum wage, you mean?
if you increase, you increase minimum wage right
Right.
now, so $14 an hour. You're making 14, and now for doing what? Flipping a burger, right?
Example.
Saying, would you like fries with that? All right. Then you have a person, or would you like to try this in a size 6? Then you have a person who went to school and has, a profession and has responsibilities.
And has debts.
And has, right, of course he has debts, but let's pretend he already paid for that. But now he's out there in the real world, and that's it, he's done what he's supposed to be doing.
Right.
But he's making anywhere between $16 to $25 per hour, which he really also can survive on.
I know.
Like, right, he can survive on this type of money. And somebody's saying, well, it's non-profit.
Yeah, it pushes a lot of these types of individuals to say, screw you, system, because it's effed up, in my
Right.
opinion. And kind of create your own path, like become an entrepreneur. I think entrepreneur.
Become an entrepreneur. I understand. Okay,
you can still apply everything you're doing, but you can create your own niche.
So right now we're creating here. We have a show right now where we have lights, we have sound, we have cameras. We have a studio, we have space.
This is an expression of our passion, though. It's not a money making.
Cost me. All these things cost me money. So even to have all that, I gotta have some money. Yeah. That means I have to invest in myself. Now, this is something weird. Now, if you open up a restaurant, right?
Which I want to.
Well, right. Good luck with that. There is a dying industry, how many people make it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Food costs is ridiculous. If you want,
I agree.
Especially if you want to go healthy, which is I know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're not going to give us fried food. But anyways.
I won't do that.
You are not making a penny. All you're doing is spending and spending and spending and spending. When are you going to be able to get the money? Right? And residual. When?
Not from this.
From what?
Other opportunities, investments.
You're at the restaurant.
Oh, you're talking about the restaurant?
Yeah, we'll give you a restaurant. You're now sitting at that restaurant. You're working nights and day because you can't trust the manager yet. You can't trust all your employees. You need to make sure that you still know what you're doing. So for the first 2 years, you're there.
As the manager, as the owner.
As the owner, yeah. Okay. Night and day, you don't see your family to be able to provide for them.
That's exactly how
Again,
it is
and your workers have to get paid.
Of course, that's how it is.
I'm saying there's a problem with this system. There is something that needs to be done.
With the
That's
system
what I'm
that
talking
decides
about.
to give you your wages, therefore you don't go and ask for the system. You just create your own opportunities.
But I gotta take money from somewhere. I gotta have some money, but I just spend it on my education. I just spend it paying back. I mean, apartments today, and
you intrinsically have so much value to give. You as an individual.
Sure.
So yes, you went to school. Yes, you're in debt. Yes, you're not getting paid what you would like to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, okay, you're not going to pay me my fee. Okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
You start creating a program or a service where you start providing value and charging for that value, whatever price that you see
But
fit.
other people can't afford it. Other people can't afford to pay it. Example.
Well, you find people who can. There's always somebody who can.
Of course,
but that's somebody who needs. You have to find the right fit.
But that's what I'm trying to say. That there needs to be a system in place that really helps people like in nonprofit organizations, people that like
who are not entrepreneurial in their
yes, and not everybody can have. Maybe I can. Maybe I have some business sense, all right. But let's pretend there's people who don't,
Absolutely.
And the reason they went to school is because they wanted to work for somebody.
Right.
And now, not only that, how many people keep their jobs for more than 10 years today? Like my parents' generation, 30 years, they put in the time and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Today, people are let go right away. And then if they're there for that long, they get rid of them. They want to replace. Like, security today is not what it used to be. And there's a big problem. And I think, again, there's a serious shift. Yes, if I become an entrepreneur and I start a business, but do I not need money? Do I not need investors?
You need to invest a lot of money.
So where am I getting this money from? Where am I getting this money from?
Insecure. There's a lot of risk. All of it, yes. Where?
Yeah, where am I getting this money from?
There's a lot of
Maybe I should borrow from the guy making $14 an hour working at Burger King because he clearly is living at home and has the $14 an hour sitting there on the side. He's eating for free burgers, right?
Well, then you start looking for solutions where you don't need a huge investment up front. And you start making the wheels turn slowly. Here's a package. I am an educator in your case, right? You're an educator. You create a package. You're like, this is what I offer. I offer workshops. I offer educational workshops.
That was my cousin from Israel saying that I'm too angry. I'm not angry, Sarit. I'm not angry. It's
he's Israeli.
That's just how I talk. She's from Israel, so for her to say it, it's.
Okay, I hear you.
ShaRon, בלי עצבים. Okay, no.
Sorry, we're switching to. No, but really, I see the problems, and I also see certain solutions though at the same time. So in your case, again, some business savvy knowledge, great. Package your value in a way that you can start making money without spending money first.
So then you become So here's the other problem. You become the creative person. You're putting all the packages together.
You're wearing all the freaking hats, absolutely.
You're wearing 50 hats, and then there's a guy that comes in, and all he has is that money. And all of a sudden, the guy says, "Well, technically, I own all of this." And you go, "Wait a second, but I put."
You mean investor?
Yeah, I put sweat and tears into everything, and that's the person.
It's up to you to negotiate the terms of that investment.
9 times out of 10, the investor is the one that's making the most amount of money, and the other people that are slaving, running around, are making the least. And again, that person's just invest the money.
A lot of it depends on the terms that you agree upon at the beginning. If the investor comes in and brings in, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $300,000 into your business, whatever the infusion is, you decide up front with a very detailed contract what their share would be, at what rate they're going to be paid out, and what your payout is going to be. Are you going to be going on a salary because you're part employee, part owner? Are you going to take out shares? Are you going to start take out dividends as soon as the business breaks even and
And
start
what
making
high school
profit?
did you learn all this at?
I didn't freaking learn it at a high school.
Exactly.
I taught
Wait,
myself.
but isn't it also a problem?
Not even in university.
But again,
no.
isn't that also a problem?
It is.
Okay, so I think something that we've tackled today is that we're venting a lot, especially
I'm trying
me.
to like present a unicorn solution. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, like real
No, it's okay.
solutions.
Listen, I'm trying. I always try to be a realist about things.
I just
Complaining is something I'm good at. You know,
forgot
I'm
our
Jewish.
guest for today.
Oh, actually, I introduced your guest for today before you being here because
I'm
clearly
so proud of it.
you're in the bathroom.
So on a lighter subject, I was in the bathroom, right?
Please.
So on a lighter subject, so when Ron said prickly pear, play on words, it's a bit punny, you know, sweet on the inside, prickly on the outside. I'm like, that's so me. Great. And then he's like, here's a poster that I found, and we ordered it, and we made our set look somewhat cute. When it's with the right camera, it's gonna look really cute. And then of course I purchased this pillow, and it's a total match. And it says, "Don't be so prickly. Be my Valentine." That's not related because we're not Valentines.
So since a lot of people are thinking that I'm being very negative, I don't think it's really about negative. I think I'm just bringing subjects to the forefront, and I'd like to be able to fix some of these things.
Yeah, maybe I'm being overly positive.
Right. I'm
What
just
are you
trying.
saying, Ron? You need to stop being negative. Man, not good on you. No, he's not negative. We're venting, and this is basically the whole point of this. Is he brings in the point, and I'm like, no, but you can do this, this, and that. That's the whole point. Is to
Look,
present two sides of the
what
story.
what I want to bring out is that a lot of people don't have the ability to be an entrepreneur or a business person or business savvy. And this-
Everybody, I disagree. Everybody has the ability. Everybody has the
Everybody has-
ability to learn because everybody, well, who's able to absorb information and apply it, pretty much anybody has the ability to take charge of their destiny. That's one thing I disagree with you 100%.
again, not everybody has like we all have different characters.
Absolutely.
There are
So
certain
what?
people. There are certain people who go to school, and that's the only knowledge that they have.
You're right. Not everybody's meant to be a boss. Not everybody's meant to be an
Right,
entrepreneur. Some
right.
people are much more happier coming in, clocking in 9 to 5.
But they're not
no
happy
hassle,
because
no
they're not being
bustle.
able to put food on the table. They're struggling to pay the bills. They're living in debt.
Right, so that's why
everything
there's-
they're buying. Like I tell people I don't have a credit card. People are like, you don't have a credit card? Yeah, because I don't want to be spending money I don't have. I only want to be spending the money that I have. I want to be able to pay bills on time.
Okay, but I also know a lot of people who work 9 to 5 who've been able to climb the ladder, so to speak,
Yeah,
corporately,
yeah.
and they're quite happy.
How
with
many
their-
of us? How many people our age today can actually afford to buy a house?
Well, depends. Like I know a lot of my friends have purchased houses before I did, even.
Okay.
And in
Where do they
neighborhoods,
live? Where do they live?
a lot of my peers have purchased homes. Well, throughout the GTA,
Throughout the GTA?
downtown, Thornhill.
Really? They purchased a
Mississauga.
house in the GTA?
Yeah, well, the thing with those, it depends on your situation. Some people have had a little bit of help from their parents. Like if people got married, there's gifts from.
By the way, a
parents.
little bit of help. We're talking about what? $100,000? That's not a little bit of help. That's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of help.
Okay, first of all, we don't know how people got into their situation.
No.
I can speak from personal experience. 'Cause I don't know how any of my friends got their houses. I'm not gonna be like, so how did you actually able to afford this Thornhill house? I want to know because you're my age. I can't live in Thornhill personally, or like
I have the answer.
Okay, wait. but wait.
Parents.
Okay, sure.
Somebody
parents. And so
giving
they're
them money.
lucky. Some people, in my case, I didn't want to ask my parents for help,
Okay.
but I was still waiting for an opportunity. And again, through being in the right mindset, through hard work, but also being, in the right place at the right time, looking for the opportunity, manifesting the opportunity for myself. Orlando and I were able to find the right fit, and we're able to purchase. Yeah, it's
Where do you
not.
live? Where do you live?
Okay, so the purchase our house is up north. We didn't buy it in Thornhill because I don't have $1.5 million.
Did I just raise something? Yeah, that's my point. That's
Yeah.
exactly up north. Now you
Okay,
need the gas
so
prices because you need to drive
so
far.
that is why a lot of younger families started moving. The new Thornhill is kind of moved up to Bradford, Alliston, Tottenham, Mount Albert. Innisfil is going to be next. Barrie is already a huge booming city. Yeah, a lot of people are moving up north. That's the nature of expansion. Our city is expanding. There's a lot.
How many jobs there are out there? How many jobs?
A lot.
There are jobs in these areas?
A lot, yes.
Being created? Jobs in Innisfil?
Being created. For example,
I have a friend who lives in Innisfil. He drives all the way to North York to be able to work.
Yeah, if their work is in downtown, yes.
Not downtown, he's driving to North York,
Or
but
North
still,
York.
doesn't matter. How is he going to be able to, like, he
Why
lives
is that a problem?
Why is that a problem? Driving every day for about an hour and a half each way?
Yeah, I hate that.
And again, we're going back to the gas prices that I brought before. Come on.
No, but this really is depressing. Like, your view on every single thing that I've said so far is like, this is bad.
Look, the idea is I'm trying to be.
I'm starting to see a pattern.
I'm being realistic. I'm trying to
No,
explain.
but it's not realistic. It's negative.
It's not negative. It's the reality. If I don't have money in my pocket, somebody says, "Well,
Not
you should be thinking."
Not everybody's in that situation.
Many people out there in this situation. They're not talking about it. They're flaunting their cars. They're showing you that they have. Oh, look at my Lexus. Yeah, but you're paying $1,000 for your Lexus per month.
But many people are also figuring out smart ways to reinvest their income and allocate money for a rainy day and manage their finances and still have time to go on vacation. Many people are still doing that.
Here's where really the problem lies, and I think it's less venting on what's happening today. But back in the day, our parents, we lived in an apartment and things were all right?
Yeah.
You're getting off. Things were all right. We lived in an apartment, and if we had one car for the family, and if we didn't go out to restaurants.
Wait
How
a
often?
second, Anya, love it here up north. Right,
Love
my
it here
sister.
up north. Yeah, good. She
My
loves it up
sister
north.
moved to
Great.
Bradford.
I have a cottage up north. You want to come and be there? We can go snowmobiling.
I don't think she wants to do that. I think she's very happy in her new community. The Bradford community is a thriving community.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of new opportunities for people.
Jewish schools too? Like is your sister going to send her kids to like a nice Jewish school in that area? And she wants like a Jewish upbringing?
I don't know if there is a Jewish school, and I don't know if it's necessarily what she wants right now.
Right, but
I know that my niece goes to a private Sunday Russian school in that area, which they opened a new location to accommodate all the Russian community.
They'll teach her how to make borscht, and that's amazing.
No, they actually teach her how to read, write, sing, set up plays. They don't teach her how to make borscht. She's 6 years old. She's definitely not.
Okay, so she's not there yet. She's not there yet.
No, they're teaching her real.
It's not a grandmother that there. No, your sister's writing. We're just having a conversation with your sister, which is great.
No, there isn't.
What I'm trying to bring up is that it's not just about being negative. It's about saying that there's a real problem that's happening, and none of us are really. We're complaining, inside our houses, and we're talking. What do we do? How do we live paycheck? Why are we living paycheck to paycheck? But we should be talking about this.
Okay, you touched on an incredible subject. Paycheck to paycheck. I apologize for banging your water here.
That's all right.
I
inserting the sound.
Detest the idea of living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah, I detest not having money. I detest it. I hate it. It's
Well, you will have money if you change your mindset.
What do you mean? You said I have $1 million in my bank account. I'm gonna go today, and if I don't have it, then there's a real problem.
I know you're mocking this whole concept, but my friend, this is real. This is real. It's very powerful. It's not like I'm telling you have $1 million in your account now, but you need to manifest and you need to change your mindset first and foremost. But going back to the problem, the problem of living paycheck to paycheck, I don't like it personally. I detest it. I protested. I said after certain things happened in my life that completely turned my life upside down and made me reevaluate my priorities on life, made me realize how precious and short life is. I said I will not spend it commuting. I was commuting 3 hours from Thornhill to Great West downtown, 3 hours on the GO train, like horrible. And I can't read on the GO train because I get car sick, so useless time. Try to audiobooks, but still I said I refuse. I don't want to use my brain power, my creativity, my potential working in that industry for somebody making them millions and whatever and just bringing peanuts home. So I quit, and I decided to follow my passions. Am I there yet?
You should mention to the people that you don't have kids.
No, I don't have kids.
You don't have kids. So
I only have responsibilities to myself, my cats, and my mortgage.
These people out there. Again, I don't have kids either, so I'm speaking on behalf of other people. That's the whole point.
Wait, there's George Bradford.
Yeah,
Anya, good stuff.
There are people out there who have kids. They can't just pick up and leave.
I know.
They can't take these risks that you're taking.
I know.
They can't play off.
By saying,
they have to pay so much money for school. There's.
Listen, I personally, I feel extremely lucky to have been able to get the support of my parents at the time, been able to have very comfortable accommodation close to my school, been able to have had my 4 wheels to take me back and forth, been able to have had a job to pay off my debt. And I'm just grateful for my circumstances. But my point is, you cannot be the victim of your circumstances no matter what they have been. Because my circumstances changed. My world, like I said, flipped. I was dealing with severe depression after my father was chronically and terminally ill with cancer, and then consequently, unfortunately, passed. And my world was none of the material things in my world mattered to me. And I realized I'm not going to be a victim to my situation. It's life. Life just happens. You have to deal.
I'm with you. Mira. First off, thank you for sharing that. That's very nice. Sorry about that. Even though I know the story, it's just. It's not. I'm not playing the victim here. This is not about playing the victim. It's pointing out things that are real, the real struggle that we're having. And in my opinion, there needs to be a change. There's certain things we can change. Certain things we can't change.
I agree.
Now, for me, it's all about action, right? Like I'm not
from struggling to hustle.
So I'm not
struggle to hustle.
Look,
is what I'm suggesting.
I'm a tutor, like I'm a filmmaker, like I do a lot of things. I try to play around. I'm action, right? We're literally, this show is all about action. But it can't be that we just accept, being slapped in the face and go, well, I realize I'm being slapped, and
we just
that's
need
just
to
okay.
learn how to play this game called life in this society. If you're being slapped in the face, it's because you're allowing circumstances to slap you in the face.
But
and
life
is a bitch. I'm sorry, life's a bitch.
But if I see
life is also beautiful, and you decide how to play it.
If I see things that are unfair in our society, I want to be able to talk about it.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to do it. That's my right as a citizen of this country to be able to
take action, empower
clearly
people to do that. Yes.
Take action.
Okay.
Now I can't take action for everything.
No,
right?
but action needs to come from a place of positivity and change, not from a place of this is shit, that's crap, that's failing.
No. This is shit.
Sorry, we're swearing. I hope there's no kids listening.
This is bad.
Hey Jenny.
How do we fix it?
Right.
How do we fix it? How do we make it better? How do we allow the younger generation to have the same opportunities that our parents had? We don't have
better opportunities.
So our parents worked hard.
Immigration.
No. They moved here for that reason.
Correct.
They moved here for
better lives for ourselves and our children.
They moved here. Correct. They moved here for that reason.
How it all starts from you and from your home and your daily practices.
I'm with you. I'm saying again. I'm one of those people where I don't sit around. If anybody that knows me, I'm pretty tough. I run my own show. No, I don't have muscles. You can keep hitting me. But at the same time, I worry about some of the people that you got to do it here. Some of the people that don't have the power to get up and do something. That
what do you
need
mean
that
don't
help.
have the power?
Look, not everybody is educated
physically?
the way we're educated. No, not physically. We're talking about mentally.
Who are disempowered, who are feeling what's the word I'm looking for? Defeated by the system.
Sure.
Or feeling like they're in a vortex of being sucked into that life of debt, living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, there's a lot of those people. Yes.
Yeah. And there needs to be a system that's created for them.
Excuse me.
Look at the unemployment line. Look what's happening. All these cuts. Whenever there's a situation, they kick people out. And what do? They have all these debts. Something needs to happen. Now again, I may not be the person. I may not be the right person for this.
By that something, and again, we are claiming no responsibility for wanting to or being able to change everything or all the things in the world, obviously. But by that something that you say something needs to happen, do you think that it would help if we take a problem and then we say, yes, there's a high rate of unemployment, yes, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck or below poverty line or middle class and below, and then you go on the opposite side of the spectrum, you're saying, I have an opportunity to create employment through my business. So I'm going to create this community or business.
Where's the money coming? Where's this money? Where's this fake $1 million that you speak of?
Why do you need money to create value? You don't. You don't need to infuse. You give value by providing value from your knowledge, from your heart, from your experience.
To whom? What can you start?
To the right audience.
Give me a business today. Any business.
To the right audience. Business that what? That creates value with no money, no input?
Let's be real. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
here's reality.
come from the sky.
No, not
be
in the
real.
sky. Here.
What is it? Okay.
Here's a business.
Start a business without any money.
Without money whatsoever.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is time. You have to put time.
Time is money. Okay.
Okay. Online.
So
coaching.
you're not making. Okay.
Online coaching is one of the most prosperous businesses out there. If anybody.
For you to be an online coach.
Anybody.
No.
Anybody who has anything to say, to offer of value, to educate, to teach, to coach, to share their experience. There's coaches for everybody, and there's an audience for everybody. And yes, there's a lot of people that you look at their video and you're like, seriously, you're gonna teach me how to do X, Y, Z? And guess what? There's gonna be an audience for that person too. No matter how cheesy, how corny, how fluffy they sound, there's gonna be an audience, and people are clicking, and people are moving to learning online from other people, from peers, from experienced individuals. There's a lot of opportunity, and guess what? You need your laptop, you need internet connection, maybe a lot of coffee and time. $0 invested. You can start building these courses. You have to teach yourself how to do SAM cards. You have to teach yourself how to create these automated programs where people click and then they sign up to your thing, but it doesn't cost any money. That's an example. For you as a coach, fantastic. You know so much about politics. You know so much about working with children. Why don't you create an online course for children?
Politics with children. Let's make this one happen.
Why not? Teach children about the politics of life and call it the politics of life, an 8-week course. You don't need to rip them off, but you can offer it at a specific value. Open yourself to the community of the internet, which is thousands and thousands of people. Here you go, viable idea. I'm not just a dreamer. I'm talking because I've researched this industry, and I'm like, wow, people are actually thriving, utilizing the free tools we have. YouTube, Facebook Live, free tools. If you're smart enough to utilize it to your benefit, you can actually make a living off of this. How many YouTubers are there making a lot of money? Just putting themselves out there, consistently putting in work.
Yeah, garbage sells, there's no question.
Garbage and not garbage. I'm not here to judge them. You know what? Whatever garbage they're selling, if it is garbage, kudos for them if they're making money off of it.
Again, I
if somebody
agree,
finds it of value, kudos for them.
You raise value. Your sisters,
One thing for sure, you have great ideas, Mira. Thank you.
Is that your biased sister right there? There you go. That's fantastic. Anya, we should bring you on when you're going to be doing the cyber bullying.
Now, I'll tell you also, yes, I'm an idea woman, 100%, tons of ideas, tons of great ideas. The challenge is to take one good idea and run with it and actually implement it. And I've personally decided to, for example, challenge myself in December by creating an online content where I'm able to share value with my friends, and I've been able to successfully do that. And I've only done it, I've put it together with my friend, we did it together. We taught ourselves the systems. We taught ourselves how to create an online course. It's not rocket science. Now, did I make millions of dollars? No. Was it my goal? No. But this is my way to educate myself, empower myself. You could do the
Mira,
same.
I'm not saying there aren't things out there. I'm not, it would be stupid of me to say that there isn't.
But you keep
something out there.
focusing on, this is the circumstance, I can't get out of it.
No, it's not me, and it's not necessarily
Not
me.
just you.
I'm talking about for all the other people, like all the people that are struggling. I'm talking about how to be able to help them. Like there should be like
I have
courses.
another idea. You want to hear a good idea? You have experienced personal struggle in personal relationship areas and relationship of moving countries and finance, for example, these 3 areas, right?
Sure.
You're an educator. You're a wonderful speaker. You're an engager, right?
We'll pretend, but yes, okay?
No, we're not pretending. This is who you are.
Okay.
You embody all of these things and more.
Okay.
Now, why don't you, for example, create a free workshop, completely give away value, like give, like our amazing Gary Vaynerchuk says. You just give value, and you go out there and you say, guys, anybody who's interested in learning how to turn your situation around, I'm going to teach you empowering tools on ABC. It's free. All you need to do is come spend your time. Boom. Now you've opened yourself up to a network. Out of 100 people that show up, there might be another 10 people who will want to work with you individually and pay you for your time.
You are acting as if, first off, I've never done this before.
I'm not acting like anything.
No, meaning like I've done...
First of all, I don't know what you've done. I'm just saying here's a solution.
No, but I've done a lot of this type of stuff. And to be quite honest, it hasn't brought too much. People see, especially when you're doing something for free, that's the value of it. And then they don't want to pay.
I agree. Sometimes people do devalue.
I do Israel advocacy where I go out and I you know what, I'm gonna call somebody out while I'm here because it's my show, so F you if
This
you
is
have issues.
Jab, 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 and right hook. Jab, 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 right hook. Jab, jab,
When
jab,
I
right hook.
when
You guys
I
know what I'm talking about.
yeah, it's you guys know it's your sister that keeps writing
Well,
the
not
same
just
stuff
my
over.
sister, and she's not writing the same stuff over. She's engaging in this conversation. Thank you very much for spending your time and engaging. We need to appreciate people like my sister.
I appreciate this is a part of the show. It's a prickly pear show. If you expected me to be sweet the entire time,
Okay, so just to explain,
clearly...
jab, 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 and right hook is a very, it's a term that was coined by Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a guru, an online influencer, an entrepreneur, an incredible individual that I've read his his book, and I've listened to his audiobook. And the point of jab, 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 right hook is before you ask for anything from anybody, you gotta give them value up front, and you gotta give them value, and then value, and more value, and only then, if you need to ask, only then ask. Don't come up and be like, here I am, give me your money, and I'm gonna give you something. No, that's not gonna work out.
Sister, bring it on. There you go. I love it. Anyways, let me move on to the original point.
So the original point was that you tried it didn't work out for you.
I still and again, look here again, and I said I was going to call some people out.
Right.
So I don't care. I've done a lot of free services, especially with the Israel advocacy stuff for organizations.
Right.
Screened my film, got nothing for it, asked for nothing for it. Then when I went out and I said, you know what, the trade would be is if it's possible for you to just let people know about something that I'm doing that is helping people. And right away it's like, our board needs to talk about this. And then the board says, no, unfortunately we can't help. I'm like, wait a second. I've given you free services, done all these stuff for you. I didn't even ask you for money. I didn't ask you for anything. I asked you to advertise or say that something is being done.
It sucks.
And right away it's like, no, and it's like, really?
I know, and it sucks.
Really? And you're talking about value in terms of money and the education that I have, working for the Foreign Ministry of Israel, doing communication, working for pro-Israel organizations, dealing with campuses, worst campuses on the West End and on the East End, and I bring this value to the table.
Right.
You know, I write articles, I make films about it. If you want to talk about somebody that can talk about, you know, advocating for the state of Israel, I am that person.
I know.
And you ask me, how much money have I made off of being that person? Now, clearly I'm doing it because I'm passionate.
Okay, now let me...
Clearly I care about the subject. Clearly I'm offering. But again...
So you didn't make money. Can I insert something?
Yes.
So...
People try to use you because that's the system.
People try to use
Come
you.
for free, please. You don't understand it's costing us. Right? I had to fly to LA. I had to pay my own flight to go to Los Angeles to go and talk. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and again, maybe you need a PR person to close deals for you.
Any
so that
PR people are out there
you're
who
not
wanna
being
help out?
taken advantage of. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, so in your case, it didn't work. I think it was Napoleon Hill and probably many other amazing people, but I absolutely love Napoleon Hill. He's one of my influencers that inspired me to live differently. And he says something along the lines of, you knock on many doors and 99 of them will be closed, and then most people give up because a lot of the failures that have come in their life have disencouraged them, if that's a word, have discouraged them. But most of the people like that achieve success have achieved it after the 99th door was closed and the 100th door was open. And so what I'm trying to say by that example is that maybe is it possible that your model, the structure of your business or your entrepreneurial business, what could be changed?
Of course. There's no question, and I'm the one that knocks on doors.
Because your value
No,
is
but I'm saying
amazing.
I'm not the person that doesn't knock on doors. You know, I'm always out there.
No,
I put myself in the forefront. For those that know me, they know that, you know, I'm a hard worker.
But I'm sure there's a way to combine hard work and passion and be able to make money off of this. I'm sure there's a way to bridge those two. You just need to try a different way. Try again. You know,
try. I'm 38 years old.
And on 39th, you're gonna hit the jackpot.
The $1 million is gonna be in my thing. Yes.
You just need
Don't get me wrong.
one opportunity out of many.
I'm not. By the way, everything you're saying is amazing. I respect you. By the way, the people that you mentioned, I know who they are. This is your realm, so I'm not interrupting. But I think it's all amazing and positive thinking and trying to make it. But there's something here that's called reality that sometimes we have to take a look at and say, why is it this difficult? Why are we struggling? Oh, because somebody is offering for free. Like, if I want to go out right now and do a video for somebody.
You touched on reality. Mm-hmm. The reality is such that we're dealing with human nature. Mm-hmm. We are not perfect beings. and you're constantly, in my experience, and because I had high expectations, I kept on being disappointed in people until I dropped my expectations. My only high expectations are of myself. Just a disclaimer. So the reality is not that the system is necessarily flawed. The system works for those who know how to work it. The reality is that you and I are dealing with humans who are constantly struggling between being a good human being and being greedy as fuck, right? Or, excuse my language, being not very good human being. And so we need to navigate through these human characteristics by identifying what it is that we're willing to put up with, what we're not willing to put up with. This is my standard, and I'm not willing to go lower than that. And so you navigate. There's going to be a lot of people are going to take advantage of you. A lot of people are going to try to screw you over and will screw you over.
I know, but what I'm saying is what I'm talking about. It's not just taking the power, doing it yourself. I'm saying there needs to be some sort of system that helps people. There needs to be some changes. Now, I'm taking complete responsibility, like somebody's writing, like making money off of Israel advocacy. What am I selling? What am I selling? Information. I'm providing information. What is your teacher selling? Right? I'm saying the exact same thing.
No.
You have problems on college campuses.
Knowledge is power, guys.
Going on college campuses and not knowing what they're doing, reading articles. Ben, you yourself are posting all these articles regularly. Who's teaching these people? Why do you think we have these morons writing all these anti-Israel stuff online? It's because nobody's there to teach them how to be able to combat this this anti-Israel sentiment. Anyways,
there's definitely a niche for understanding what advocacy is about.
It's not just Israel advocacy. It's really teaching people history. It's for people to know.
For any rights, for that matter, right?
Right, absolutely.
And when it comes to campuses, because I went to York University. Any York University graduates up here? So like, hey, okay, so York University was a loud campus when it came to politics, and there was a lot of protests back in my day, and I believe way after that, in the Israel-Palestine conflict. And so it was very helpful to have people from
Israel and the territories. Go ahead.
Right, excuse me, from the Jewish community come and give us workshops on how to have a proper debate without getting emotional, without getting into a dangerous territory, how to navigate these dark waters called politics. And guys, people get very, very heated and emotional when it comes to this particular Middle Eastern conflict, or when it comes to religion for that matter. So you talk about these things, people get very emotions. But if you take emotion out, and if there's somebody to guide you through this conflict and say, here are the facts, here's how you respond to people who decide to attack you, be violent or be emotional. That's what Ron would have done, or would do, or did do, right?
Will do.
So I'm being
continue.
super defensive of you right now.
There's no. Thank you, Mama. No, again. So actually, I think we're going on a tangent here.
We are always going on a tangent.
I know,
but did this with
we're
the whole
we're here for a very long time, and we have 10 guests that are watching us right now, and they have no idea what we're doing. They think I'm the bad guy, you're the good person, which is true.
Maybe we're playing bad cup, good cup.
Yeah, well.
Where's your cup hat?
I don't wear hats.
Sexy
It's
cup
not my
hat.
thing. I like for people to see my
Hey
boldness.
there, officer. How you doing?
So, since the show is really about negative and we're kind of venting, which
The show is about the prickly life.
So let's talk about
and
sweet.
the sweet life.
So let's talk about the sweet. My goal with the show is to introduce to the world people who are doing some amazing things out there.
Inspirational stories, absolutely.
Exactly.
We need to see more of those, because those are the
Absolutely.
stories that are going to change how we see opportunities, our perception, give us encouragement, give us inspiration. Guys, it's all about getting inspiration. If you see another person doing something that you wish you did, but they're doing it, you're going to get so inspired. You're going to be like, wow, this person did what I had dreamed of. It's possible for me.
Right.
Because this person and me, we're the same. We're part of the same energy. We're the same.
So if you guys are interested in coming online and being with us on the show, Shabbat Shalom, by the way, Jason. If you guys are interested in coming on the show and you have something to share with the people.
If it's a Jason that I think is watching, I believe we went to Birthright together.
Possibly. Jason Renard. It's possibly that it is.
I think so. Jason.
Yeah, he became religious and...
Pauline's husband.
That's correct. That is the person.
Huge shout out to my friend Pauline if she's not watching. Jason, tell her I said hello. It's such a small world, really. We're seeing some old friends in here. I'm interested. Yes, Anya would be a great talker.
Great.
She's
we
very
will have
passionate.
You. Anya, can't wait to have a conversation with you.
Absolutely.
So here's the deal. If you guys are interested in coming on the show and letting us know that you're doing some amazing things out there and that needs to be highlighted, that's the goal of the show. Clearly, I brought in some negative things, and I apologize.
No,
it's more about the venting. I want to see change, and I feel like
and
we
you're
can just
passionate
be.
about it.
Yeah, because I see people struggling around me. It's not just myself, you know. Like I told you about my friend who lives in Innisfil. I don't get to see him because he lives so freaking far away in Alaska.
If you made a trip to his house, it would be like going away on vacation because it's so far.
Yeah, I get to see him change diapers.
I'm going up north, so we're going for the weekend. We're packing our skis. Where are you going? Innisfil.
It's all about the attitude. I like it, Mira. I got maybe that's something I got to change for this year.
You know what? I gotta say that I'm not always this person.
Can we give them first the email address so they can send it to us?
Please.
So it's the Prickly Pear Show, not pear as in the pear that we eat, but pear as in two people. That's what we're playing off of.
P-A-I-R.
That's right.
Pear.
So it's the Prickly Pear Show at gmail.com. You guys can send us the information.
This is not a prickly pear. I just realized this is a cactus.
Right, but the prickly pear comes from the cactus. So,
right. So those are the prickly pears. You see those little babies? They're supposed to be prickly pears.
I think
flowers.
I think that's more of the flowers. But nonetheless, it's the same family. You know, you have it somewhere out there.
We kind of did an overkill. Again, I'm really excited. We had 3 prickly pears in the set today. We're gonna do mugs with prickly pear.
Well, that's the whole point, and hopefully we'll reshape the way this place looks because right now it kind of has a little bit of an amateurish look, but
it's okay. We just didn't want to delay this any further. We're very excited to go live and engage with you guys. And next time it's just going to be a better set, a better camera.
That's right.
Today we're doing it straight from our 4K phones.
Well, actually, the feed is pretty okay. To be quite honest, I like it. It looks good.
Can you hear us? Can you see us?
The
it's all good.
audio is good, so everything's fantastic.
Again, thank you so much, Ellie, who helped set up the audio system with a little dead cat.
You don't need to touch it. Yeah.
I don't need to touch it.
Never touch it.
I'm such an amateur when it comes to sets. I'm like, fluffy hair.
Yes. Banging on stuff. That's why you were fired from your last job. Anyways, that's true.
More like, okay.
Yeah, other problems.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, guys, we would love to have you on. Hopefully you enjoyed this segment of the Prickly Pear Show. There's going to be some nice, interesting conversations.
Who's our next guest? I believe we have a few guests lined up.
We have a few guests lined up. I'd rather not mention guests yet because sometimes I've been mentioning guests and then they didn't show up, and then I feel like I'm lying. So next week it's still going to be us two.
Okay.
That's the idea behind it.
Really? We don't want to bring a guest for next
I
Friday?
think next Friday we're going to maybe pick a topic and really have something where we're making a difference. Okay. I think it has to start with us. So for next week you're going to bring something.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
That's right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Who said that? Also, you're.
No, I actually. Who said it? Who wants
Gandhi.
to help me?
Come
Gandhi.
on, you don't need to. I was playing with you. I thought you were gonna give me like some new.
No, I'm just.
Some new
I have
person.
so many names in my head right now. I have his picture in my mind.
Yeah.
Like the little guy with like this. Yeah.
Yeah, with the. Yes.
Yeah.
He used to beat his wife. You know that? Yeah, he's like he's a big advocate of not not fighting back, but he actually beat his wife. You can find it. It's documented.
He beat his wife?
He used to beat his wife. Yeah.
Is that a fact?
Fact. By the way, a lot of random facts you're going to hear from me.
Are you bad-mouthing Gandhi?
I'm saying the truth. I can badmouth Oprah, which I'm going to be doing, about a lot of stuff.
Bombs right there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'll be honest, I never knew that about Gandhi, and I'm sure that every person that is enlightened right now and advocating for great things have had problems in the past.
Oh, no question.
I don't know if Buddha was born perfect, but I know he was human before he became Buddha, who meditated under the tree until he was enlightened. I'm not saying beating women or beating anybody for that matter is okay at all. But
why you bring it down to that level? We could have just literally left off.
Because you
merely said. I think it's ironic.
You merely said that he beat up his wife, and you expect me not to respond to that?
I think it's interesting that somebody who was speaking on
behalf
of
here, guys. Look at my skills.
Who was speaking on behalf of like not fighting somebody who slayed his wife. I just think it's interesting.
I don't think you can insert this comment and be like, okay, guys, so moving on.
No, it's the truth. That's the thing. That's the thing. None of us are perfect.
Are you sure you're not spreading FUD right now?
Guys, if you guys don't believe me, please Google this information. Gandhi used to beat up his wife.
I really don't want to focus on beating wives right now.
Of course not. And
Gandhi doing that.
But again,
I can't fathom.
It's like you have Oprah again coming up there in the Oscars. Oh my God, next president of the United States of America, who's pimping for Weinstein. We got to look at these things. These are real things. We can all talk the talk, but we have to walk the walk, and we have to take responsibility.
Work in her community.
Amazing,
amazing.
Oscar nominee.
She was the first black woman to get the award that she just got.
Actually, no. The first black person was somebody who was nominated from
That
what's
particular
movie?
award, she was the first one.
Gone
don't
with the
argue.
Wind. Gone with the Wind.
She was the first one to get that particular award.
Good for her for getting an award. That's what we're about these days, getting awards for our
Oprah
work.
makes a lot of good change in the in her
I
community.
believe it. I
in many
believe.
communities
I'm.
around the world. She's
I
an
am.
influencer for
I
sure.
am not saying that she's not. I think it's amazing. I just think that it's
But you just hesitated her
because
saying,
we look at one person and we go, you're bad because you've done so and so. We can't forgive this person, but some people we put on a pedestal.
I agree. There's a lot
we
of double standards. I personally hate double standards.
Well, Hollywood
Hate
is
that.
double standards. Anyways,
Oh my gosh,
we're
Hollywood,
completely
of course.
getting off topic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining our show. I am taller than Mira, but somehow again I look like a little boy. So Anya, I will take care of you when you come here.
He talks like a little boy.
Thank you very much for joining us.
He's about to turn into a little boy right after this.
Is this what's happening right now? You're trying to poke fun of me?
I had to finish on a
Do you realize that I missed basketball yesterday because I was here trying to fix things? Like I was finally prepared.
You
I was
missed
like,
basketball?
I was planning on finally going out to play basketball, and I was here till very late tonight.
Can you
and I
make
missed my
up for it by
basketball.
having basketball this evening, or are you having?
No,
Shabbat
it's Thursday basketball. So
Okay.
hopefully I'll make up for it next week. So we'll be making sure that
dinner?
everything works.
I think, and I hope it was worth it that we were able to do this today live,
Mhm.
even though it wasn't on the camera that we wanted to do it in. I feel like this opening segment was very juicy, to say the least.
Sure. Again, I come off as the bad guy here, but I'll play that role. If it's gonna make people tune in,
We're gonna
I'll
pimp you
play
up for
that.
next one. You're not gonna be the bad guy. You're
Nah.
gonna be the James Bond.
James Bond.
Dun, 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 dun.
Should we do it backwards?
Back to back.
There you go. Actually, I think that's not it. I think that's like the girls.
Yeah.
The James
Ryan
Bond was just
girl
by
don't do
himself.
that.
No.
Charlie's
The
Angels.
Charlie's Angels. There you go. Somehow I had this. By the way, Roger Moore died this year. See, another.
A lot of people died this year.
I know, but literally James Bond, like the second
Yeah,
best
no,
James
speaking
Bond
of
there
him,
is.
yeah.
Second best.
Moved
Anyways,
on to that.
the Prickly Pear Show. At gmail.com. We will have a website soon. We have a logo. We're starting off. This is a beginning, and hopefully you guys will tune in and enjoy. And if you have any questions, email us. Again, the Prickly Pear Show at gmail.com.
If for some reason you're having a hard time with the email, I don't know why you would, but if for some reason, you can always PM Ron or myself personally if you guys are our friends on Facebook, and I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably are.
Right.
We would like to wish you also an incredible weekend,
Mhm.
a safe and lovely Shabbat Shalom from
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Shabbat Shalom, that's what it means in Hebrew. And we would like for you to tune in for next time. Thank you so much for your time. For all those people who tuned in, this is an incredible first episode. I couldn't be more thrilled to do this with you.
Cool.
And let's cheers. Where's your water?
I finished it, but there we
little
go.
bit of water.
So l'chaim to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Stay safe.
Stay safe
Warm.
and be good out there. Yeah, and
And well fed.
let's protest for those gas prices. All right. So, anyways, have a great one.
Let's just buy a Tesla. Okay, are we getting off?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.